if you do if you do a SAG-AFTRA job, they handle all the paperwork. They handle all that paperwork for you. They garnish your wages, and then you get, because they have to take out your contributions to health and pension, and they have to take out your Social Security and your FICA, whatever 13.47 or percent or whatever that number is. Now, I'm going to stop right there because I don't want anybody's heads to explode. I'm just going to answer Charlie's question because this stuff gets extremely complicated.
So it sounds like it's similar to the old Taft-Hartley, where if you got Taft-Hartley three times, then you would have to join. So it
Yeah.
sounds like it's kind of meant to mirror that.
I don't want to say three times. I don't want to say a number because it may be
Oh,
different for
mhm.
people living in different states. It may be different based on the collectively bargained agreement in question. It's just, yeah, it's very tentacle like with all these tentacles all over the place that kind of blends in with each other. So I don't want to give you any incorrect information. So that's why I'll just qualify my answer that way. Cool? Yes, Paul.
In terms of going FICOR,
Mm.
would you still get a pension? So if you're a SAG member, I'm a SAG member, so I get a pension. And if you go FICOR, would you still be able to get a pension, continue with your pension?
I I am not 100% sure. I know that you have to contribute, but I'm not 100% sure. What I do know is that you have to make something like at least $25,000 a year in SAG-AFTRA income to qualify for health and pension.
Yes.
So there you go. Cool.
Okay,
All right.
that's an interesting thing to find out.
Yes. Other questions?
Yeah, real quick. In addition to that rider you said to get
Yes.
off the Navisite, do you have any other examples that you can send us or recommend where to go to review standard kind of voice actor contracts?
Well, the first thing is there's no such thing as a standard voiceover contract.
Okay. All right.
That just doesn't exist.
Or
I think
typical.
Diana just posted the link to the AI writer for Nava. Thank you very much for that. And
Thank you.
basically, that's just a tack on to whatever the contract that they send you. Also, I just want to also make clear to people that I've been a non-union. I did my first voiceover in 1996 and I went full time in 2005. So I've been full time for almost 20 years. As a non-union voice actor, I have signed contracts over the years, but I don't draft a contract for every single voiceover that I've done. If it's through Voice 123, there's protections inherent in there, if it's done on site and all of that stuff. If I'm hired as a quote unquote employee, which happens once in a while, if like a university needs me to do some e-learning stuff, and the only way they can pay me is to get me on their payroll because they don't have a mechanism to pay people outside of their, in .edu system, then I have to get hired and then I'll have whatever protections go with that. But most of the time, it's an email exchange. And it's like, hey, Tom, I found you on Google. I've got this explainer video. Can you audition for it? And how much would you charge? And I'll read the first few lines and I'll say, oh, okay, for something like this, non-broadcast, 2 year to whatever thing, social media only and on your website, no broadcast, $400. And they go, okay, when can you have it for me? I'll say, I'll have it for you within 48 hours. Here is my service guarantee, which is a PDF that I send to every single new client that says, this is how I work. Here's my retake policy. Here's my audio formatting stuff. Here are the questions I need to ask you, like pronunciation guides and all that stuff. And the AI writer is in that service guarantee. Look it all over. Let me know if you have any questions and if you're cool with it. And 100% of the time, they have replied back and said, yep, this is fine. So if something weird happens, like they do use my voice for AI, or they're like, I'm not going to pay this guy, then I can haul their asses to court. And when they say, present your evidence, I will say, here's exhibits A through K, which is all the printed out email exchanges for them agreeing to these terms and then them being jerks and trying to flake out on it. And they'll look at the other guys and go, pay him.